Is there anyone out there who still isn't clear about what doing drugs does? Okay, last time. This is your brain. This is drugs. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions?
This is your brain. And this is heroin. This is what happens to your brain after snorting heroin. And this is what your body goes through. Wait, it's not over yet. This is what your family goes through. And your friends, and your money, and your job, and your self-respect, and your future. And your life. Any questions?
This is one of the millions of Americans who uses drugs and won't get arrested. However, this American is several times more likely to be charged with a drug crime. Imagine it's you. This is the day you get caught. This is your day in court. This is your sentencing. This is your cell. This is your first day on the outside. This is your fresh start. Was your fresh start. Here are your job prospects. This is your shot at a college degree. Or not. This is your family. This is your debt collector. These are the dreams you have for your children. This is someone else's family. Someone else's life. Someone who used drugs, but was never caught. This is how you feel. The war on drugs is ruining people's lives. It fuels mass incarceration. It targets people of color in greater numbers than their white counterparts. It cripples communities. It costs billions, and it doesn't work. Any questions?
Any questions? This is your brain on drugs actress comes out against the drug war in epic video. If you're old enough to remember Fat Albert, Happy Days, and Schoolhouse Rock, you'll probably be able to recall Partnership for America's propaganda video attempting to equate the taking of drugs with the frying of an egg. Here's the 1987 segment, which relied heavily on the sensation of burning, to communicate its message. Fast forward to the 20th century, to 1998, and the organization was still attempting to scare people out of doing drugs. Generation X, as they were known, the first generation of kids whose parents had gone through the 70s drug craze, seemed to be more scared of AIDS than they were of drugs, but the ad campaigns continued nonetheless. That era's iteration of your brain on drugs propaganda turned its focus from what was certainly a concern with LSD and marijuana in the 1980s, to the dangers of heroin in the 1990s. Here's the segment featuring actress Rachel Lee Cook. The preceding generation dealt with a frying egg, but the 90s were confronted with a destructive cast iron skillet which destroyed everything in the kitchen. Here's the segment, some have considered a powerful, true-to-life representation of what heroin addiction can do to a life and to those around a heroin addict. But in the year 2017, Americans possess more awareness, appear to be more observant, and hold on to what seems to be a deeper capacity for thinking for themselves. Instead of looking at drugs like something as cut and dry as frying an egg in a pan, or a substance which causes total destruction to everything and everyone around them, they finally can see the bigger picture. The war on drugs isn't working. Rachel Lee Cook, the actress in the original plate-smashing heroin advertisement, represents the free-thinking individuals who are now questioning their role in the war on drugs. On April 20, 2017, Cook released an alternate version of the original ad she helped create in 1997. This time, Cook reveals what really happens, who wins and who loses, when someone gets arrested for possession of drugs. Cook tackles the bigger picture of the prison industrial complex, the jailing and imprisoning of 10% of America's population, the wholesale criminalizing of marijuana users, the revenue-fueled police state, and the damage it does to a drug user's future, who just so happens to get caught with drugs. Users who get caught with drugs face shame in the general population, aren't allowed to get funding to go to college, carry their arrest record around with them for the rest of their lives, and have an extremely hard time finding employment. This time, Cook's community service announcement focuses on the damage done by the government's decades-old war on drugs. Often, when we feature a video, we narrate the scenes, in somewhat of a play-by-play description. But Cook's remake of her graphic Brain on Drugs film is so powerful, words written on a page simply aren't enough to convey the sentiments and emotions expressed and impacted by the production. So, it's best that you have a look for yourself. Let us know what you think by commenting below the video. Has the war on drugs worked? You decide. Here's Cook's latest release. Ms. Cook, we salute you. The production was made by the Drug Policy Alliance, and underscores the real losers in the war on drugs, those individuals who've paid their debts to society for breaking the law, but for whom the effects are lifelong. It's time we end the useless war on drugs and replace it with a more humane way of dealing with drug users, which is treatment-centered instead of punitive-based. Any questions?
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County Cop Watch, and I wanted to explain what fair use is. You can use pieces of news articles if you're doing it for news reporting, you have commentary, and you're doing it for education purposes. So that's what fair use is, as you can see right here. Another reason why I wanted to make this video is to let you know I have just joined with Patreon. A nice thing with Patreon, I make no money on YouTube. They took the money away years ago, and so this is another way to give, and it's a nice thing too because you can give monthly. You can give $1, $5, $10, whatever. I do 4 to 5 hours a day on trying to wake the sheeple up on how corrupt it is and different ways that you can fight the corruption. So Patreon is a way that you can do it, and then of course the old way is still there. Donate to Charlotte County Cop Watch with PayPal or credit card. So keep that in mind. 4 to 5 hours a day. I make no money, but the corruption happened to me and I'm sick of it, so I'm trying to wake people up. But my wife would love it if if we could get some help out there. There's 47,000 subscribers. Just think if each one of you subscribers just gave let's say actually yes, $1 a month. 47,000 subscribers gave $1 a month. That would be awesome. That's not going to happen. But anyways, that would be great if it did happen. But do the math in your head. Just think about it. Like I said, 4 to 5 hours a day. I get no money from YouTube. YouTube has gone nuts. You can't do anything anymore. They're taking the money away everywhere. So these are a couple different ways that you can still help out with all this time that I put in. And as you know, I'm in a special situation where, at least I can do it, 4 to 5 hours a day. We have a cleaning company during the day. That's what allows me to do this, and we're debt-free. So this is my hobby. I don't go fishing and all that other crap. I try to save the world. So help me out to make the wife happy, man. In fact, if you guys did give $1 a day, and there was 47,000 of you, and you did it, and each of you gave $1, and that was every month, oh my God, yes, I could quit. I could start suing them. Another idea too that we have is, if I got, some funds, we could actually contact everyone that has been ticketed and or arrested and put in jail and start sending them postcards to let them know we're here, and to see if everything went all right, and if it didn't, find out their story. So we could even do more investigations and more lawsuits. Lawsuits take money. So just think about that. 47,000 of you so far right now. $1 a day. $1 a month on Patreon, or $5 a month Patreon, 10, 20, whatever. Just do the math in your head. Help out. This is a lot of work every single day. Thanks.